In November of 2025, Consumer Reports released a reliability report the snowblower industry tried to ignore. Why does one of the most recognized names in outdoor power equipment rank dead last among every major gas snowblower brand they tested? And why did that same company have to recall nearly 3,000 units in 2023 because the machines could drive themselves into the person operating them? We are going to expose the corporate shell game running this industry, name the one trusted brand you should never buy in 2026, and show you the only 3 snowblowers actually worth your money. If you are about to walk into a Home Depot this season, this is the video you need to watch first. If you walked through the power equipment aisle this morning, you would think you were looking at a dozen competing American brands. You see names like Craftsman, Troy-Bilt, Cub Cadet, Yard Machines, Bolens, Remington, Simplicity, Snapper, and Murray. And you assume these are different companies with their own engineers, their own factories, and their own reputations to protect. That is an illusion. The reality is that 2 corporations now control almost every one of those nameplates. Stanley Black and Decker owns one half of the list. A New York private equity firm called KPS Capital Partners owns the other half. When you buy a Craftsman snowblower in 2026, you are not buying from the company your grandfather trusted at Sears. You are buying a machine built by MTD, which Stanley Black and Decker acquired in its entirety for $1.6 billion on December 1st, 2021. That same production line also builds Troy-Bilt, Cub Cadet, Yard Machines, Bolens, and Remington. Craftsman and Troy-Bilt are literally the same snowblower in different colored paint. The heritage is a sticker, the engineering is shared. But the most unsettling part of this entire story is the one brand that is not part of the private equity shell game. The brand that still operates independently out of Sweden, because according to Consumer Reports, that independent brand is the single worst snowblower you can buy in America. The villain of this story is a company most Americans already trust. Husqvarna has spent decades building one of the most respected names in outdoor power equipment. Their chainsaws are used by professional loggers in more than 40 countries. Their riding mowers carry a cult following. Their brand image is Swedish precision and commercial-grade reliability. But Husqvarna snowblowers are a completely different product line with a completely different story. Consumer Reports surveyed more than 11,000 gas snowblowers owned by their members, covering purchases from 2015 through 2025. When they ranked every major gas brand in America, Honda came in first. Husqvarna came in dead last. Every single other brand beat them, including the budget brands owned by the private equity conglomerates we just named. The specific failures owners are reporting on public forums read like horror stories. One buyer paid nearly $1,100 for a Husqvarna ST 224P, ran it exactly 20 hours over 3 years, and watched the engine destroy itself. In his own words, a stator component broke apart and punched a hole right through the engine block. No warranty coverage, $450 for a replacement engine. Another owner of the same ST 224 reported that the plastic control panel cracked on a lightly used machine and had to be zip-tied back together to keep it running. A third buyer of the tracked 330 model bent an auger in under 3 hours of use, and the shear pin, the single part that is specifically engineered to break first and protect the much more expensive gearbox behind it, did not break at all. At least one dealer on the public forum publicly stated he would not stock the ST224 even when customers tried to prepay in cash. But owner complaints are one thing. What the federal government forced Husqvarna to do in July of 2023 is in a different category entirely. The Consumer Product Safety Commission made Husqvarna recall its entire 300 series. These were the ST324, the ST327, and the ST330, sold between July of 2022 and February of 2023 for prices between $1,300 and $1,800. The defect was genuinely frightening. The auger pulley bolt could loosen during operation, which caused the machine to unexpectedly engage into drive mode and collide with the person standing behind it. The CPSC documented 22 separate incidents in the United States and 11 more in Canada. Husqvarna is not a fly-by-night outfit. They are publicly traded on the Stockholm Exchange, and the Wallenberg family of Sweden, one of the wealthiest industrial dynasties in Europe, is their largest shareholder through a holding company called Investor AB. And they still released a product onto the American market that could drive itself at the customer. But reliability is just the first layer of this problem. Dig one level deeper and you find something even the loyal Husqvarna defenders cannot argue with. The engines themselves have been outsourced, and this is true for almost every brand on the shelf. Here is a fact the industry does not advertise. There is no two-stage snowblower currently manufactured in the United States with an American-built engine. None. Zero. Your Craftsman, your Troy-Bilt, your Cub Cadet, and your yard machines all use an engine called Power-More, which is built in China by a company called Zhongshan. Toro, which brands itself as the American innovator out of Minnesota, switched to a Chinese manufacturer called Lonson around the 2012 model year. Ariens, which assembles every machine in Brillion, Wisconsin, uses an engine called AX that is built in China by a company called LCT, and Husqvarna uses LCT engines from the exact same Chinese factory that supplies Ariens. The fit and finish differs, the warranty differs, but the combustion happening inside the engine block is coming out of the same industrial district in Asia. The only major brand with a genuinely different engine story is Honda, whose GX series is cast and machined at Honda's own plant in Thailand and then installed in finished snowblowers at Honda's factory in Swepsonville, North Carolina. And the consolidation story does not stop at MTD. You might remember that Briggs & Stratton, the iconic Milwaukee company, whose engines powered half of America's lawnmowers for 100 years, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on July 20th, 2020. They were bought for $550 million by KPS Capital Partners just 2 months later. KPS now controls Simplicity, Snapper, Murray, Brute, and Ferris. The Simplicity Pro you see at a premium dealer is built on the same Wauwatosa platform as the Budget Murray at Tractor Supply. Same chassis, same augers, different label and different price. This is why both the $1,200 Husqvarna and the $600 yard machines feel disposable the moment you unbox them. The factory floor no longer rewards durability, it rewards speed, volume, and margin. The heritage brands you grew up trusting have been stripped for parts and sold back to you as a marketing illusion. And this illusion shows up most brutally in the resale market. A used Honda HS 928 from the 2008 model year routinely sells on the used market for $900 to $1,500, which is more than many brand new competitor machines cost sitting in the box. A Honda dealer on the public forum reports servicing 30-year-old Honda units that still run on their original friction disc. Meanwhile, a used Husqvarna ST224, 3 or 4 years old, barely moves at any price. If the entire market is rigged against you, does that mean you should give up and shovel by hand? No. It means you have to stop shopping for nameplates and start shopping for engineering. There are exactly 3 snowblowers worth your money in 2026. The premium pick is Honda. Every current Honda 2-stage is assembled in Swepsonville, North Carolina, at a plant that began full 2-stage production in 2015. Every model uses a Honda-built GX series commercial engine with a service life of 2,500 to 5,000 hours. Every model uses hydrostatic drive instead of a friction disc, which eliminates the #1 wear point that kills competitor machines in year 4. Look at the HSS 724 at $2,599, the HSS 928 at $2,949, or the tracked HSM 1336 hybrid at $8,999. Honda is the buy once, cry once option. The workhorse pick is Ariens. This is still a privately held Wisconsin company now in its fourth generation under Dan Ariens as chief executive, with every machine assembled in Brillion, Wisconsin, and a second plant in Fayetteville, Tennessee. The cast iron gearbox on every deluxe model and above carries a 5-year warranty, which is the best in the industry by a wide margin. One Ariens owner on the public forum is still running a 1968 10,000 series on its original friction disc in 2026, 57 years on one rubber wheel. The models to look at are the Deluxe 28 SHO for around $1,800, the Platinum 24 SHO for around $2,400, and the Professional 28 for around $2,800. And the innovation pick is Toro, which holds a patent on the anti-clogging system that keeps wet, heavy snow moving through the chute when lesser machines choke on it. Toro also replaces the traditional shear pin with hardened gears engineered to absorb twice the normal load before braking. The two to look at are the PowerMax 824 OE at $1,349 and the PowerMax HD 1030 at right around $2,000. Before you spend a single dollar at any dealer, there are two maintenance facts that will protect whatever you buy. The first is a $30 aftermarket upgrade called an impeller kit, originally developed by a small Canadian shop called Clarence's back in the 1990s. It is a simple rubber paddle that bolts to the impeller blade and closes the half-inch factory gap between the blade tip and the housing. Install time is about an hour. Owners on the public forums report going from clogging every 5 feet of wet snow to clogging once in 300 feet of driveway. $30, 1 hour, any 2-stage instantly becomes a better machine. The second fact will save your gearbox. When your shear pin breaks, replace it only with the exact manufacturer part number, which costs about $3. Never substitute a grade 5 or grade 8 bolt from your hardware drawer. A too hard pin will not shear when it is supposed to, and the next time the auger hits ice, the impact travels straight into the gearbox. A replacement MTD gearbox costs $393 plus 2 hours of shop labor. A 3-pack of genuine OEM shear pins costs $10. The era of heritage brand trust in American outdoor power equipment is over, and the big corporations are banking on you not noticing. Stanley Black Decker owns one half of the nameplates. KPS Capital Partners owns the other half. Husqvarna stands alone at the bottom of the reliability rankings despite a brand reputation that would make you expect the exact opposite. The only way to win in 2026 is to stop buying paint and start buying engineering. Check the cast iron. Check the engine origin. Check the shear-in pin part number before you check out. And never underestimate the value of a 20-year-old Honda sitting in somebody's garage. If you found this breakdown useful, hit subscribe for more built-to-fail investigations into the products quietly draining your wallet.